Thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Monica Holbrook, and I am the CEO and co-founder of CryptoNumerics. And on stage with me today is Hassan Bhatti, one of my co-founders. CryptoNumerics enables organizations to gain insights from data while protecting individuals' privacy. Now, how many of you today are restricted from accomplishing your business goals because you can't access valuable data because of privacy? Anyone? Maybe there's just a few of you right now, but come January 2020, CCPA will become law, and you'll have to be ready for that. We already know that organizations in Europe are dealing with GDPR. So what are you going to do? Well, we have a solution. It's called CN Protect. And what it does, it will produce a privacy-protected data set that will still retain its analytical value. So as a result, you can then take that data set and use it internally to improve your understanding of your customers. You can also open up opportunities with business partners in a way that you haven't been able to before, and all while reducing the risk of exposure. Now, on the screen, you'll see our app, CN Protect. And let's say that you're Alex from the marketing department, and you'd like to access a data set. Can you load it up? And this data set has personally identifiable information in it. So the compliance department and legal department or privacy department has said, no way, Alex, you can't have that data set. So Alex is trying to figure out, well, how am I going to achieve my business goals? How am I going to target my customers? How am I going to build ads? How am I going to cross-sell? So privacy department has given him a data set that's protected. Unfortunately, there's no information left in it, so he can't do what he needs to do. So CN Protect could take this data set, load it up, and as it loads it up, it will analyze it for privacy risk, and it will also use artificial intelligence to look at the attributes and determine what kind of attributes those are. Now, this is important because there's different types of attributes that are personally identifiable. The first is outright identifiers, which are things like name or social security numbers or credit card numbers. Other things are called quasi-identifying. And those are things that are not directly identifying. You have to combine them to re-identify an individual. Say, for example, in this room, about 100, maybe there's 100 men, maybe there's more. But of those 100 men, let's say 10 of them are 35. Now let's go one more level. How many of them are married? 1. Now we just re-identified someone in the room by combining those 3 attributes. Now, as I said, as CN Protect loaded it, it automatically looked at the fields that were coming in and determined what type of attributes. Now, we can go into the Advanced Options tab here, and we'll see that ID and name was tagged as identifying. But we'll also see that gender, age, race, marital status, education, zip code, and occupation were all marked as quasi-identifying. The last one, salary class, was marked as insensitive. Now, in this advanced option phase, you can also change and configure this in the way that your organization wants to achieve its privacy goals. Now, we're going to go ahead and cancel out of this because we're not going to change anything here. We're happy with how it's all set up. And now we're going to choose a medium level of protection and go ahead and hit Protect. Now, as it's protecting the data, what essentially it is trying to do is going to remove identifiers altogether, and then it's going to transform the quasi-identifiers such that we're satisfying that level of privacy protection while also minimizing the amount of information loss. Now, this is an important point. There's no way to privacy protect a data set without losing some information. but you want to be able to do it in an optimal way, and that's exactly what CN Protect does. Now, you can save this data set, and you can then use it and give it to Alex. Alex can do what he wants to do, and he can achieve his business goals. He's a happy guy. Now, we also have other versions of this software available. We can integrate into your data pipeline. We can also set up a rules-based version, which allows you to then define exactly the type of transformations you would like to apply. This works really well in the GDPR compliance scenario, and probably for CCPA as well. Your legal department will have a set of rules that you have to meet, and then you can apply that, you can integrate it into your data pipeline, you can make sure that privacy protection is then uniformly applied across your organization. Now, as I come to the end of this demo, what I'd really like is for you all to come and visit us and learn what we can do for you. We can give you a personalized demo, and we've already worked with some Fortune 500 companies, and we can tell you about those projects that we've had. And if you come visit us, I promise we will protect your privacy. Thank you.